Hey everyone, this is Nancy from New Travel Escapes. Welcome to part 2 of our top 10 adults-only all-inclusive resorts in the Cancun area video. Thank you for coming back for part 2. We appreciate you watching our videos and we hope it is helpful in planning your revenge travel for 2022. We've all had our vacation planning on pause for a long time. Let's jump right in and recap our criteria for this video. We had to narrow things down or we would take up too much of your time. So our criteria for the resorts that we liked best had to be adults only, all-inclusive, and a standalone property rather than one that is part of a larger complex. That's for a different video. It has to be a highly rated resort, somewhere close to the Cancun airport, and because the prices are unpredictable right now, and by that I mean expensive, we tried to keep them all within a comparable price range, or at least the prices are normally comparable in our past experience. Our last video talked about El Dorado Maroma, Atelier, Unico 2087, Secrets Akumal, and Secrets Maroma Beach. So if you missed that one, you might want to go back, give that one a watch so you're up to speed. Moving right on forward to our number 5 resort is Iberostar Grand Paraiso. Now I know what you're thinking. Nancy, Iberostar is part of a big complex, so it doesn't fit your criteria. Well, I guess in some ways that is true, but I picked it for this list, 1, because it's great, and 2, because unlike adults-only resorts like TRS Coral or Royalton Hideaway, you don't actually need to leave the Iberostar Grand Paraiso. They have everything there for a great adults-only week. You can venture out onto the Iberostar campus, but by no means do you ever need to. The Iberostar Grand is a beautiful resort, and it is a bit different in styling than the previous 5 resorts on our list. It's very grand in its design, with soaring columns, marble floors, and fresco painted ceilings. It feels like kind of a mashup between a high-end hotel and a resort. One of the first things you'll notice is the atrium lobby area that is full of foliage. It is very unique. The Iberostar Grand Paraiso has 6 restaurants, all with high-quality, fantastic food. There is even king crab and Jonas crab at the buffet. You can occasionally get Canadian lobster at their surf and turf restaurant, and I have not seen this at any other all-inclusive resort before. You have to make reservations for some, but not all of the restaurants. The food here is excellent, unique, and well-made. There are also food areas by the pool, so you can eat at your chair if you're in the mood. We didn't find that there were many vegetarian or vegan options on the menu, so just be prepared to ask for it when you're there. All of the menus are on the Iberostar app. There are 3 pools at the resort, 1 active pool, 1 quiet pool, and then there's a very unique spa pool that has a retractable roof or ceiling, if you will. This is a great option if you need some shade or if the weather is bad, and it's heated in the winter. You don't need a spa booking to use the spa pool. The rooms here are clean and spacious. There are 3 main buildings for rooms and then some added villas. Housekeeping's fantastic. The bathrooms in all of the rooms can be very private if you need. The balconies on the rooms are large and most of them have a love seat, a coffee table, and a swing cuddler-sized chair. They're really comfortable to use. The villas are huge, but a bit of a downside if you're going to spend the money for a villa is that your private pool isn't heated, so it's a bit of an issue in the winter months. There's also a timeshare program here as well. The evening shows at Iberostar Grand are okay, but nothing special. The theater itself is pretty cool though. There's also the Iberostar whole campus village or shopping area. This is a great spot if you want to grab some souvenirs or if you forgot to pack something. A nice perk is that although you're shopping and you kind of feel like you're at a mall, the coffee shop, ice cream, or taco bar are all still part of your all-inclusive, so you can hang out for a bit. Number 4 on our list of top 10 is Excellence Riviera Cancun. Excellence Riviera Cancun is a mid-sized resort with 440 rooms, located about 25 minutes south of the Cancun airport, so it's a bit closer than the other resorts we've mentioned. If you only have a long weekend getaway planned, then somewhere closer to the airport might be important to you. More time on the beach and less time traveling. The beach at ERC is very nice. It gets a lot of seaweed during the warmer months of the year, as all the resorts in that area do. but ERC does their best to clean it up all day long. There's plenty of seating on the beach, and we've always managed to find a place to sit no matter what time of day we're looking. The same cannot be said for the pool though. There are several pools at ERC. The main activities pool is large, near the beach, and has a swim-up bar. The chair game is fierce around this particular pool, so get up early and grab one if this is where you want to spend your day. There's also a quieter pool just off the main pool, and there's a lazy river pool with a tiny bit of a current. Or, the current can be as fast as your significant other is willing to push your pool floaty around. It's much easier to find seating around the lazy river. There is also a separate club pool for their club level guests. The rooms at ERC are great, and even the entry-level ones are spacious and comfortable. There are bottles of liquor in all the rooms, and they are upgraded brands when you book Excellence Club. They have a fully stocked minibar with drinks, beers, snacks, and chocolate, and it is restocked daily. You can also leave a little note and a tip if you want extra of something specific. For example, one of our team members loves V8 vegetable juice, so a quick note and a couple of bucks and she has an extra V8 every day. The bathrooms at ERC are only semi-private, so know that in advance depending on who you're traveling with. The housekeeping is great and they have nightly turn-down service, which I'm a big fan of. We've made an extensive video about each of the room categories at ERC, so check that out if you want more details about specific rooms. ERC has rooftop terrace suites that are really beautiful, but the rooftop terrace is not totally private and there is not much shade up there, so know that in advance. There are 10 restaurants and 11 bars at ERC, so you're always able to find something unique to eat or drink. There's a great coffee shop just off of the lobby. My personal favorite restaurant is Chez Isabelle, their French restaurant, but my husband's favorite here is Basmati, their Indian restaurant. ERC has a great app that lets you know what's on the menu at all of the different restaurants. They have separate vegetarian menus for most of their restaurants, so a resident vegetarian does not have to go through the menu looking for a little leaf symbol beside different dishes. Club level at ERC may or may not be worth the upgrade depending on what you're looking for in your vacation. Most of our team prefers the non-club side because all of the activities are happening over there and they don't really use the preferred club lounge much. Currently there is no club restaurant, but they are building one called Magna that should be completed by the end of 2022, so that may make upgrading to club more appealing. The spa here is very nice, but unlike the Iberostar Grand Paraiso, you cannot access the spa pool without booking a spa treatment. There's a fair bit going on at ERC at night. There are different musicians in the courtyard that rotate all the time. There is a theater for nightly shows, and there is a sports bar open until 1 a.m. for those of you who want to stay up and watch a game or shoot some pool. There's no timeshare program at any of the Excellence properties. Now we're on to the top 3 of our top 10 resorts. Number 3 on our list is the Valentin Imperial Maya, or VIM for short. Valentin is owned by the Cadola family, and it is the first hotel they opened outside of Spain. You can see in the design the family's love for Mexico. Valentin or VIM is probably the biggest resort on our list, both in number of rooms at 540 and its physical size. VIM is located on Playa del Secreto, sorry for my accent, or Secret Beach, about 25 minutes from the airport. It is a nice big beach with decent waves if you like to play in the ocean. It does get some seaweed during the warmer months of the year, and it has some areas that are rocky. This is a big turtle region, so during turtle season they will often close the beach after sunset so as not to disturb the turtle nesting that happens at night. Very cool if you ever get a chance to see it. VIM has nice rooms, and even the entry-level rooms are pretty good, but nothing fancy, and they all have tropical views. I would personally ask for a room on a higher floor to get a few less mosquitoes during the rainy season, but mosquitoes love me, so it might just be an issue for me. If you want a guaranteed king bed, then you should upgrade to the silver level rooms, and if you want to upgrade to the golden rooms, which are my personal favorite, then your room is much bigger with a separate living room area and you can reserve the bed of your choice. The bathrooms are pretty private in most of the rooms here. When looking at booking oceanfront emerald rooms at VIM, you need to know that they are in a very private part of the resort and they have fantastic bathrooms with a jacuzzi tub on the balcony. Know that there is a fair bit of foliage between you and the ocean. Where some resorts have oceanfront and you step right out of your room onto the beach, VIM's oceanfront rooms are still set back from the ocean and the beach in order to protect the palms that grow there. A few cons related to the rooms is that without upgrading to their preferred club level, there is no in-room liquor, just beer in the minibar. There is also no real in-room snacks, just 2 small bags of potato chips in the fridge. It's unusual for a resort of this caliber. There's also no hair conditioner in the rooms. I don't know why. It's a really strange thing, but at the time of this video, they don't provide hair conditioner. So if you need it, I would suggest you bring your own. Vim is not set up to be as coupley or romantic as the other resorts in today's video. Don't get me wrong, it would make a great honeymoon spot. It's just not as singles-oriented like Breathless or Temptations. Rather, it lends itself more to couples, families with adults, children, as well as friend groups who like to travel together, but who may have some singles in the group that do not want to feel like a third wheel. Not sure if that makes sense, but that's been our experience on our visits here. Vim has 2 buffets, 7 a la carte restaurants, and 11 bars. The 2-story French restaurant, Alsace, is my favorite. Are you sensing a theme with me and French food? All of the restaurants are great. There is a nice beachside restaurant called Mar y Tierra that is casual but beautiful. It is my favorite place for breakfast. Vegetarian cuisine is not a problem here, but again, right now they don't have specific vegetarian menus, so you will need to ask what your options are in the different restaurants. If you go to Valentin Imperial Maya, do not miss having a martini in the Don Miguel bar. They are wildly creative and the best I have ever had anywhere. The main pool at Vim is one of the biggest in Mexico. It is so big it warrants having 2 swim-up bars in it, one on either end and a waterfall in the middle of it. One end of this pool is more active, while the other end is a bit quieter. There is a bit of a chair game here as well, but it's less of one because it is such a big pool, but it's still there. A nice touch is that they have started bringing out street food carts for lunchtime around the pool. The cabanas you see on the right-hand side of the screen are for preferred club guests. The Golden Pool is a long, lazy river type pool that the Golden Room categories look out onto. It is very quiet most of the day, and the pool service around the Golden Pool is just great. Although Vim has more walking than the other resorts on our list, it is not difficult to navigate once you get yourself oriented. Just know that you'll be walking more than at other resorts. The nightlife at Vim is very active in the courtyard area. Depending on the groups of people who are there, of course, it has the most active nightlife of any on our list. In our number 2 spot, we have Excellence Playa Mujeres. EPM is one of the highest rated and most reviewed resorts in this area of Mexico, and for good reason. Their attention to detail and service is exceptional. EPM ticks a lot of the boxes that people are looking for in a luxury vacation. EPM is located about 35 to 40 minutes north of the Cancun airport in Playa Mujeres, near Atelier, which we talked about in part 1 of our top 10. The beach here is great, and during seaweed season it gets a little bit less seaweed than the resort south of the airport because some of it is blocked by Isla Mujeres. EPM has a bit more foliage around the property than its sister resort ERC, and the resort is well laid out and very easy to navigate. EPM is another mid-sized resort with 450 rooms that are all suites. The smallest and entry-level rooms are the junior suites, which are 807 square feet or 75 square meters, and it only goes up from there. The rooms are all great, clean, spacious, really well designed. All of the rooms provide in-room liquor, red and white wine, as well as a stocked mini fridge with soda, beer, and snacks that are replenished daily. If you upgrade to club, you get even higher branded liquor in the room, but the rest pretty much stays the same. The bathrooms at EPM are not very private at all, and there is even a window into the shower, so just know that in advance depending on who you're traveling with. We got 3 different detailed videos out all about EPM, so if you're interested in the nitty-gritty, check those out. The resort as a whole is set up primarily for couples, although groups of adult friends can make it work well. You just need to do your research so you can plan accordingly. There are 12 restaurants and 11 bars, so there's always something new to eat or drink depending on your mood. EPM has a dedicated restaurant for Excellence Club guests called Magna. You don't need a reservation for dinner unless you want the hibachi table, but that's the same for everywhere because it's show cooking, so it has a defined start and end time as well as limited seating. There's also a 24-hour room service included. We think the food at EPM is great. Some dishes are a complete home run and others are good, but we've never been disappointed in any of it. The cuisine includes Asian, French, Spanish, Mexican, Italian, and the list just keeps going on. Lobster is included at all of the Excellence properties, which is not the case for most other resorts. The pools are nice at EPM. The main active pool has a swim-up bar and is close to the beach. Rather than one large Excellence Club pool, like they have at ERC, they have several smaller, more private pools. The chair game at the main pool is again fierce at this resort, so get up and get a chair. The staff don't really do anything about it, but I've seen some people mark chairs around the pool and then another set of chairs at the beach and they remain empty for hours. Not cool. There is a lot of seating at the beach. They are also building a new beach lunch restaurant to upgrade the current Las Olas that should be completed very soon. If you've been to ERC before, it's very similar to their Las Olas restaurant. There is a lot going on in the evenings at EPM. There are musicians in the courtyard, shows in the theaters that are all pretty good, and theme nights like Silent Disco Party or karaoke. There is also a sports bar that is open until 1 a.m. if you want to catch a game or just have a late night beer and chat with friends. EPM deserves to be second on this list because of their attention to detail and the service of their staff. I would argue that it could easily be number one, but the reason I didn't put it there was because our number one resort just edges them out on over-the-top service and luxurious hospitality. Our number one resort is Beloved, another Excellence property, and it is located right next door to EPM. Split trip, anyone? Beloved is my absolute favorite because their service is second to none. They are a smaller, more boutique resort with only 109 rooms. It is a solid 5 to 10 minutes walk from the lobby straight to the beach. The beach is large and cleaned, and like EPM, some of the seaweed is blocked by Isla Mujeres. The beach loungers are comfortable and the service on the beach is just excellent. Beloved is a couples-only resort and they focus on luxury, romance, and exceptional service. There is no preferred club or upgraded levels at Beloved. It is all high-end from the rooms and service to the food and cocktails. What I like best is their attention to detail. Even the coffee shop has beautiful pastries and chocolates, and they are all presented in these cute little pastry sleeves to go. These special little touches are everywhere at Beloved. If you happen to be craving something that you don't see on the menu, just ask, and if they have it around, they'll get it for you. If you are, for example, at the seafood restaurant El Mar, and you find you're in the mood for chicken, which is not on the menu, they will go and specially prepare you a chicken dish if you ask. It is that type of service. The rooms are huge at Beloved. Their owner's suite, which will only accommodate 2 guests, is 4,478 square feet or 416 square meters, and their entry-level junior suites are huge at 960 square feet or 89.2 square meters. They also have gorgeous beachfront casitas, either with a rooftop terrace or a ground floor private plunge pool. The rooms have their own private bar with liquor as well as a mini fridge with sodas, juices, beer, and snacks. The bathrooms are very large and they are a bit more private than EPM's bathrooms, but not a whole lot more. They have the largest showers of any resort that I have ever been to, and the shower again has a window in it out into the bedroom. The rooms have large walk-in closets, so there's ample storage, and they even include dry cleaning for you while you're there. All of the rooms are gorgeous, and we go into great detail about the rooms in our Beloved Rooms video, so check that one out if you're interested. The restaurants are very good at Beloved. There are 4 standalone restaurants plus a sushi bar and a taco truck and a pop-up grill for lunch on the beach. The Lupita Lounge is my absolute favorite place at Beloved. I can sit on the sofa, listen to live music, order sushi and cocktails to my coffee table. It is really decadent. They have high-end liquors like Belvedere, Macallan, Woodford Bourbon, and an extensive array of tequilas. The nightlife at Beloved is really non-existent, and this is where EPM has them beat if you want nightlife. They don't have much going on anywhere at Beloved after 10 p.m. There are no theater-style shows or disco parties, rather it is different musicians each evening, a nice dinner, then stay up and chat with friends or head off to your room. It's not a resort that lends itself to a party atmosphere. There are activities during the day and lots of water sports available, but everything is just a little more low-key at Beloved. They have a sports bar that is a good spot to watch a game, And if there's a specific game you want to see, just let them know, and if they can find it, they'll turn it on for you. The spa is gorgeous at Beloved, and they include a hydrotherapy session for all of their guests, which is totally worth doing. So although Beloved is my number one on our list for their over-the-top service and the fact that there is no separate club level, everything is high-end luxury, it is not suited for everyone. Honestly, EPM and Beloved could be interchangeable depending on who you are and what you're looking for, with Vim in a close second if you're traveling as a group of friends and want something a little bigger with more nightlife. I have enjoyed all of the resorts on our list, and I look forward to trying out some new ones. There are a few new resorts that may make their way onto our list later in the year, such as the 2 new Secrets Impressions Moche and Secrets Moche Playa del Carmen. They are still going through some growing pains, so I haven't been there and I won't recommend them until we see how things work out for the next few months. Haven might also come into its own and be a contender on this list, but they are not there yet. Ultimately, there is a whole category of adults-only resorts that are part of family resorts like Royalton Hideaway or TRS Coral, and even the adults-only sections of Finest Playa Mujeres. But they are different in that you need to be okay with going to the family side of things for many of your meals or activities. These are great options for those traveling with a diverse age of people, or who want the option of being in an adult-only environment, but only when they feel like it. Another resort not to discount is Rio Las Americas. While I'm not a big fan of the Rio resorts in general, Las Americas is great bang for your budget-conscious buck in the adults-only resort world. I'm going to talk more about that one in our budget-friendly adults-only resort video, so subscribe and stay tuned for that one. On the opposite end are resorts like Le Blanc, which are crazy expensive but ultra-luxurious. We are doing a lot of revenge traveling ourselves, so there is lots on our list of upcoming videos. I promised a video on how to take your dog with you to wine country, as well as a bunch of info on our 2-week trip to Oahu, Hawaii. We are also back to Cancun in July. I'll get them up as fast as I can, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and please subscribe, as it helps me out a lot, and we will see you again very soon.